Hi everybody, today's focus, I am testing out Erabros LS1 Robot Vacuum Cleaner. So a little bit ago, a representative from Erabros reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in testing the LS1 model of their vacuum cleaner. I said, absolutely, you know guys, I love testing vacuum cleaners. So they mailed me this product for free. In exchange, I'm gonna give a review and let my viewers know my thoughts on the product. Before we get started, I would like to point out that Erabros did not have any editorial control over this video. I'm making this video on my own. I'm doing all the editing on my own, and they are not getting a copy of it before I publish it. Let's talk briefly about a couple of features that I want to highlight about this robot vacuum cleaner that I will show more in detail as the review goes on. One is that it does its navigation by using LiDAR. The second is that it has direct suction, so it doesn't have a rolly brush. I think that's going to be really interesting to see how it does with long hair, because usually the rolly brushes on my vacuum cleaners get really clogged up. So that's really interesting. It has 3 modes: vacuum only, mop only, or vacuum and mop. And you're able to control it using an app that allows multi-level maps, which is huge for me. I absolutely love that feature and I cannot wait to test that out. All right, let's unbox it and see what this looks like. So inside we have the vacuum mop itself with directions. So I'll definitely give this a good look. Okay. So this is the vacuum itself. Has a user manual as well as a quick start guide. Great. So I'll be using these as I set this up. I'm just going to flip through the user manual really quick first before I get into the quick start guide and getting it set up. So the user manual has the general warnings. It says know your robot and goes over the different parts that the robot has. It goes over the remote control. I didn't even know this had a remote control. This is going to be fun. It goes over mapping your home using the app, how to set up the mop to mop the home, the dust tank, filters, maintenance, how to clean the robot. You know I like to clean my vacuum cleaners. And then a troubleshooting guide. Let's get this set up. So the first thing I want to do is prep the robot, and it shows how to attach the side brushes. It says remove the protective film from the robot and dock, attach the side brushes to the post at the bottom of the robot. All right, let's just start with that. Flip it upside down. Remove the protective film. We're just going to remove these protective films. So this is the dust tank here. This is where the dirt will collect. It's got a filter. It'll collect the dirt in here. That's really easy to remove. Let's go back to the directions here. Before I plug it in, I'm going to show you the rest of what came in here. So we have the charging dock and plug, the remote control and batteries, an extra filter, because there's one already in here, and this nifty tool. Check this out. I love this. It's like a brush to help clean out hair, and look on this end, it has like a little jabby and a little knife, so you can, yank out any hair that does get caught. That's awesome. I love this tool. It comes with 2 extra side brushes. I have 2 on there, so these are 2 extra. I like that. In the mop tank with the mop pad. Let's go back to the directions here. So step 2, it says to set up the dock. So for best results, place on bare floor or thin carpet, which is fine, I'll do that. Find a permanent location for the dock in a central area with a strong Wi-Fi signal. Remove any objects that are closer than 3 feet from either side of the dock or closer than 5 feet from the front. Place the dock with its back against the wall and connect the charging cord to the back. The indicator light will illuminate green when the dock has power. Step 3 is charge the robot. Place the robot on the dock to charge for 6 hours.
Welcome to use Erabros Robot Vacuum Cleaner. Start charging.
Now it's charging. While it's charging, let's set up the app. So in the quick start guide, they have a little QR code for you to download the Smart Life app. Now, I already use that app for one of my water timers, so I'm familiar with it. But I'll show you how it looks and we'll get it set up for this vacuum cleaner. Okay, so open it. It says download. Oh, I have to update it, so I'll hit update so I can update it. Open. Okay, so mine already has a login and everything, but you would create a login and then set up your Bluetooth and enable that. So step 3 is prep the robot for the Wi-Fi, which is firmly press and hold the home button for about 3 seconds. Okay, let's follow it.
Start AP connection mode.
Okay, so app connection mode. Oh look, it already found it. It found it that quickly on my app. So I'm gonna hit add. Oh, I have to add my Wi-Fi info. I have to go get my Wi-Fi password. Found my password. Great, so the Wi-Fi is connected now. I'm gonna hit done. Okay, so we can see from the app that it is charging, which is great. And let's click on this map management, see what that does. I know we haven't created a map yet, but look, and part of this is they have a forbidden zone, which is great. Now we haven't created any maps yet, so we can't put a forbidden zone in quite yet, but this app will enable us to do that later on. We'll practice that. What else do we have? We have cleaning settings, so we can choose vacuum and mop, vacuum only, and mop only. All right, this is good. Water speed, low, medium, or high. So for the mopping mode. Suction can be off, eco, standard, or max. I like that. There's customized mode, which is great. If turned on, the robot will clean each room based on your previous settings. Great. In Y pattern mop. If turned on, the robot will start to mop like a Y pattern. So I'm assuming it goes like this. Right? We're going to test all this out. Wonderful. Okay. What else do we have on here? All right, let's look at those other cleaning modes down here. If we click on auto clean, you can choose auto clean, room clean, zone clean, spot clean. And what's this over here? Ah, more settings. So you can schedule. So you can add a schedule. I like that. We can manage our map. Again, we don't have a map quite yet, but we'll get there. We can look at our cleaning records, see how long it's cleaned for. I like that. Voice and volume. Oh, we can change it. French, Spanish, English, or Chinese. And change the volume. That's fun. What else can we do? We can put on Do Not Disturb mode. Oh, I really like this. Turning on Do Not Disturb mode, the robot will turn off the voice, start from where left, and schedule task. I do like that. Okay. Remote control. Remember I said there was a remote control in the box too. I'll get that in a second. We'll go over that. Looks like you can also do a remote control from your app. That's interesting. Consumable parts. Ah, so right now my filter life is at 100%. The side brushes, 100%. And the mop pad is 100%. That's great. So that's good. And they came, remember, with an extra filter and 2 extra side brushes. I like that. All right, they've refined my robot so you can make it make a sound. I wonder if we can do that now. Let's see.
I'm here.
It said, I'm here. I'll do it again.
I'm here.
Okay, I really like that. Let's say it gets stuck somewhere. Let's say it got stuck, someone left a shirt on the ground and it gets stuck, and I can click that and it'll say, I'm here. That's a riot, I like that. Another option there is start where left. I like that. So let's say it's cleaning and it needs to recharge. It can go back to its charging port and then come back and restart again right where it left off. I like that feature, so we're gonna leave that on. In the last setting, I'm gonna put it in square feet because my home, we measured in square feet. So that's fine. So let's see, what does this little button do up here? Ah, it'll tell you how many square feet was cleaned and how many minutes. All right, I'm liking this. Okay, so let's just give the robot a chance to charge and then we'll get testing. Now that it's charged, let's go ahead and map the home. When it's finished making the map, it looks for the charger. Now that it's made the quick map, let's start cleaning. When it vacuums, it starts with the perimeter and then does a back and forth pattern. You can see the pattern it took while cleaning here. I'm going to create a forbidden zone and then send the robot to that room to see how well it avoids the area. You can see how well the vacuum cleaner avoided the forbidden area that I set up in the app. We're going to fill the water tank with water. Wet the mop pad. And insert the mop pad rib into the slot and then lay flat with the Velcro. Attach the water tank to the vacuum cleaner, making sure you hear the click. I'm going to set it to auto clean the floor. I'm going to change the cleaning settings to mop only. And watch it mop in the Y pattern. I set up a forbidden zone where I don't want it to mop, and you can see how well it avoided it here. Now it's time to perform some maintenance. First thing I'm going to do is just wash the mop pad. You can see how much dirt this mop pad picked up. I'm very impressed with it. Next, let's empty that dustbin. It very easily lifts out of the robot. We can see all the dust and dirt and hair that is collected. Now this hair is not getting tangled around any brush roll, it's just collected right in the dustbin. We'll take the filter out and brush it and get all the dirt and dust out of the filter. Wipe the robot down to remove some dust. And let's just get the hair out of the side brushes. These just pop off easily. I'm going to use the little tool that came with the vacuum cleaner to just rip apart some of the hair so that I can pull it right off. And we replace the dustbin. Again, it's very easy to replace this dustbin. Let's test the remote control and the spot clean. All right, I had a little bit of a difficulty trying to figure out which way was left and right and forward and backward just because of where I was oriented with the robot. However, it went exactly where I asked it to. My goal was just to get it from that spot over to the X, and we did just fine. From here, I pressed spot clean on the remote. It did the spot clean and then it returned to the charger. Overall, I've really enjoyed testing the Erabros Pro LS1 robot vacuum cleaner. I'm really impressed by the LiDAR technology that mapped out my home. It took only a few minutes, I think it was like under 15 minutes, for it to kind of go around, map out my home, and create that map and separate it up into different rooms. That I'm super impressed with. One of my favorite features is being able to tell it what room to just go to clean. Often I just want my entryway mudroom vacuumed a little bit extra because that's where everybody walks in, that's when they take off their shoes. I really like being able to just open up the app, click room clean, click the room I want to clean. In this case, it's almost always my entryway mudroom. And it just goes right over there, does its vacuuming, and then goes right back to charge. That's one of my favorite features. One of my other favorite features is the direct suction. So remember, this doesn't have a rolly brush to do the vacuuming. It has direct suction. So hair is not getting tangled up in a roller brush like happens in some other vacuum cleaners that I have. So I really enjoy the direct suction. It makes it really easy to clean and empty out also. Now the little side brushes you saw in the maintenance part, they got some hair tangled around them, but they're super easy just to click off, take it off, and click it back on. It didn't stop the performance. The hair didn't, it didn't tangle an error at all, which I think was pretty impressive. Just once in a while you should flip your bot over and do your maintenance on it. Check the spinny brushes and just make sure that they're clear. I had no problem with it, but I really do enjoy the direct suction. I think the direct suction vacuum would be really helpful for people who have pets or long hair in their family. 3 of us have very long hair and hair gets tangled on roller brushes, but in this case with this vacuum cleaner, it just got sucked right up into the dust tank. Another feature that I really like is the fact that it's a vacuum, a mop, and a vacuum and mop. I really like that. I found it to work really well. I loved how it did the Y pattern. Cleaning when it came to mopping, it did a great job. You saw the dirt that it picked up on my floor. I'm pretty impressed with it. I like the fact that I can have a vacuum cleaner and a mop all in the same little robot. Again, I'm really impressed. I can just tell it where to go and it will just go and mop. Really impressed with it. Another pro, something else I really liked, is on the map you can make those forbidden zones. So you saw the demo where I created a square. I was like, do not clean in this area, and it perfectly cleaned right up to and around the forbidden zones that I created. I found this feature helpful in a couple of different instances. The first where I do have like a rug by the door, by the front door, and my French doors, and I don't need that mopped. Vacuumed, yes. Mopped, no. So I can create a forbidden zone in the area where the rug is for mopping. That I love. And I also have an area where there's a lot of wires. I'm sure most people have homes where they have a corner where there are a lot of wires hanging around. So I just made a little forbidden zone. Hey, just don't go over there. I don't need you to vacuum under there by those wires. Just leave it alone. And it did a great job. I think it would also be helpful to make a forbidden zone. Again, I don't have pets, but if I did, around like food bowls. I did have a dog. We did have a dog for a little while. We had a little French bulldog. But now we do not have a pet. I think having that forbidden zone like around where the pet's food bowls go, so it doesn't bang into them and spill the water, would be useful, as well as areas in your home that maybe have something delicate or a lot of wires. Forbidden zones, absolutely fantastic. Another pro and feature that I really like was the multi-level mapping. This is great. I do have another robot vacuum cleaner that can only do one level. And when I reached out to them, I was like, oh, is there a way to do another level? They just said to purchase another vacuum cleaner for the next level. And I'm not going to do that. But with the Erabros LS1, I can make multi-level maps. So I have a map of my complete first floor. I have a map of my second floor. And I have a third map. I use level 3. I called it level 3. It's not. It's still the second floor, but it's above the garage. So it's kind of a separate area, separate from the second floor. But I was able to label it, level 3. So I have 3 different map zones. So when I take the robot, I can put it in those 3 different spots, tell it what room it's in, boom, and it's going to clean however I ask it to. I really like that feature. Another feature that I did enjoy testing was that remote control. I liked that I was able to kind of direct it to where I wanted it to go and then tell it to clean in that area. I think that would be useful for when you just have like a dirty spot. Let's say someone had muddy boots and they walked in the house, or maybe you were repotting a plant and some dirt fell on the ground, where you don't necessarily need the entire room cleaned, you just want that one particular spot cleaned. You can use a remote control and direct the robot right over to that spot for it to be cleaned. As for features or things that I'm not too happy with, I really can't find anything on this robot that I don't like. I love the way it used LiDAR to map. I love the way it doesn't get the hair tangled up in the dustbin. I love that the maintenance for it's pretty simple and pretty easy. I love the mapping in forbidden zones. There's a lot about it that I really love. I'm just going to reach out to them and ask if I can purchase some more mop pads. I find one is not really going to be good enough for my home. My home is a bit large and I like to have multiple mop pads. I am washing it and rinsing it in between uses, but I think it would be nice to be able to have a couple more mop pads so I can just rotate them around a little bit easier when I'm mopping. Overall, I'm very pleased with this product. I want to say a big thank you to Erabros for reaching out to me and asking me to review this robot vacuum cleaner. I'm very impressed with it and I'm really happy that I have it in my home. So if there's a product that you would like me to test, do me a favor and put in the comments section and I will add it to my viewer suggestion list. Or you can do what Erabros did and send me a product. My mailbox address is in the description below. But do me a favor, send me an email first. Let's have a conversation about the product before you mail it to me. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found this review helpful. Take care. Have yourselves a great day.